Okay, so this camera made me really mad. I know I just said I'm not gonna get mad, but I felt like I recorded the perfect 1 year plan, and when I got done, I wondered why it would not stop recording. Well, I turned the camera around and it shut off on me at 20 minutes and 20 seconds. So since it was already dark outside, I decided to come downtown and finish the rest of my video for you guys. So that is why it's in a different setting, and the light is different. It looks more yellowish or orangish, whatever color it is. But I decided I needed to finish it tonight. So where I left off, let go of the little things. Don't get mad or cuss things over it. That meaning that that sometimes I get mad at my kids for the little dumbest things that they do, and I shouldn't even be mad over it. And or like my husband, if he doesn't get my youngest one dressed or something like that during the day and stuff like that, then I get mad at it when I come home from work. And or for instance, if he doesn't turn the fans up or he turns them off, and I just get mad. So that's one of my things, not to get mad over the small things, just to let it go and to have a nice time and be happy and move on with it. And I can do it myself or fix the problem anyway. So that's what I was choosing as that one. And then be able to start planning a trip to Nigeria. That one is sort of like start saving little money here and there and start putting a fund away, because I really do want to go back and visit everybody, and I want the kids to be able to visit their cousins and meet all of their family that they've never gotten to meet. So by putting away a little bit at a time, we'll be able to. I miss everyone very dearly, so if you're watching this back there, anybody, we miss you guys a lot, and if we could, we would pick up and come. But even though we're living here in America, it's still difficult for us, and we struggle too. So we're trying really hard to be able to put stuff back and be able to come back and visit you. So just so you know that, if you're watching. Like I was talking about earlier, do something extreme like a roller coaster or something within the 1 year. So start doing fun things like that and extreme things that I'm scared of that I can overcome. Just like I loved the Ferris wheel the other night, so I was already talking about that. And that's by my 30th birthday next year. So let's see. Phase 3, I want to lose 30 pounds in 3 months. Be 133 pounds or less by April 20th of next year, 2015. Phase 4 is lose 20 pounds in the last 3 months of the 1 year, but be around 125, 120 or below. By July 12th, 2015, my birthday next year, my 30th birthday. So that is my goal part, and I divided it into 4 phases, just like on extreme weight loss, and I think they're attainable goals, and it just takes a lot of hard work and commitment, commitment is one of my big things that I'm working on, staying committed to it. So that was a big one. And then one of them is make a lifelong commitment to stay at my ultimate goal would be 115, 113 pounds. I always wanted this to be very, very thin, just because it's a very healthy weight and you can do almost anything, and I'm short anyway, so it's a very reasonable one to be at. And I just want to make a lifelong commitment once I reach my goal weight, to be able to stay that way and stay on a vegan diet for the rest of my life and stay at my goal weight forever and never have to worry about losing weight or think of that or have my kids watching me to do that, because I have 4 daughters, and I don't want them to have to watch me growing up trying to lose weight all the time and making that a life issue and taking away from fun things that they should be doing, like going to amusement parks, going to water parks. Oh, we can't go to water park because mommy's weight is keeping her back. We can't go swimming, things like that. So I don't want those things for my girls. I don't want them to have to struggle and be conscious of their own body weight. I just want them to be comfortable with the weight they're at, not be overweight, but be at a normal weight, and just have a nice life without worrying about weight or stuff like that. So and then the last one, which if the thing would have kept recording before I broke down in saying this one, it's bring out the best in me in 1 year. And after the 1 year, on my birthday, ask myself this one question: what would Nana think of who I have become today, which is on my 30th birthday next year? What would she say to me if she could be here? If I could bring her back, or she could see me, or just say one thing to me. I want to be able to ask myself that question 1 year. In 1 year, on my birthday, I want to ask myself when I've become the person I want to become, because I know that I'm going to reach my goals this time and be that way. The reason I chose that as my question to ask myself after 1 year of becoming who I want to be is because my grandma was the one that she was always there for me. When my mom couldn't be there for us, she was my mom. She stood by me through everything. She was my shoulder to cry on when I had nobody else to be there for me, to listen to me, for me to cry to go through all of my emotions and all of me growing up. She was there through me with it all. And it's still very hard for me to say right now. I'm almost breaking down again. She always encouraged me. Even though all that she went through, because we sat down and talked about certain things a couple weeks before we even knew that anything was wrong with her. She was even went into the hospital, and we knew she wasn't going to make it then. And I told her, I said, Nana, I want to marry a black man. I want to go to Africa someday. I kept telling her all of these things. I want to go scuba diving in the ocean, all of these things. And every time I would tell her my life dreams, there was never one time that I can ever remember anything that I ever wanted to do that my grandma would ever say, no, you can't do that. That's dumb. That's stupid. No, you can't do that. She always pushed me to follow my dreams and to go to where I wanted to be in life. So with that, I thought, I need to be more positive. Like my grandma always encouraged me. I need to follow my life dreams. I have big dreams now that I have come to figure out that I want to do and where I want to go in life. And even though my grandma's not here, I can think back to all those times that I would sit down and just let it all out to her, and she would just sit and encourage me to follow everything. And when I ask myself that question, it'll bring back every time. Yeah, Nana was there. She encouraged me. She was my rock. She was my rock in my life. And when God took her from me, or from this family, it was hard, and it took me many years to figure out. I questioned God a lot, and I asked him. I would ask God. I'm like, why, God? I just wanted my grandma to be here and meet my husband. I know that if my grandma met my husband that I have today, I know I've not been good to my husband since I was really wonderful to him when we lived in Nigeria, but I'm really sorry that I haven't been that wife that I should have been when we come back here. But my grandma, she would have loved my husband to death, and I'm really sad that she never got to meet him. And I wanted her to meet, at least I wanted God to leave her here. When my grandma was passing, I kept praying to God. I'm like, please, Jesus, I just want Nana to be here to see my first child, her first great grandbaby be born, and meet them. But God had other plans in life, and He took me to Nigeria for a year. And I know that if my grandma would have still been here, there wouldn't have been anybody to take care of her, because I was the one taking care of her. My grandpa was still working, and I was the one. I dropped out of school and I took care of my grandma, and I never finished school or nothing. So, you know, I realize now why God took her. And that's my own reason or my own belief. Other people in the family may have other beliefs or other thoughts on that, but that's my own understanding of it. So when I think of asking myself that question, I always think the same question about my husband's mom. Like, why God, why did you take my husband's mom or my mother-in-law? Our kids never get to see her. They never get to see what their grandma was really like and stuff in Nigeria. And why did you take her so soon? Her own son didn't get to get the money or the time to come back to see her before she passed. But I realized that God has his own timing, and everything is in His time, and He does everything for a purpose in life. So I try not to question it anymore. But I know that my grandma and my mother-in-law are, really, she's like my mom too. I loved her to death. She took care of me when I was in Nigeria. They made sure everything was fine with me. It still breaks me to talk about my mother-in-law passing. That's my big thing for why I'm learning Yoruba in the next year. So it really just breaks me that my grandma isn't here to see my husband and everything, but it's okay. I know that they're up there in God's arms and safe, and they don't have to go through nothing in life anymore and suffer with anything. But one day we will all meet again and be together. So that's what I believe. But when I made that commitment to my grandma when she was dying on her deathbed, she said, Erica, I don't want you to go through this hell that I've went through, having this diabetes and high blood pressure and all the things that she struggled with. And she went through so much, but yet she still tried to keep so positive and be the rock of this family and keep everybody together. And it seems like since she's passed, everything has fallen apart. My brother won't talk to me, and all of these funny things kept happening. My mom's sister, my aunt, she moved away, she divorced her husband. All of these things just happened, and it was after my grandma passed, and my grandma was the rock. She kept the whole family together, she kept everything good and stuff. So when I promised her that I would never go through it, when this last time that I was pregnant, 20-something weeks, whenever they done I think it was about 27 weeks, they done the gestational diabetes test, and they told me that I had it this time. It freaked me out because I know that I'm at higher risk now for it for the rest of my life, and to know that I had it during pregnancy and that I could still have it after pregnancy, which they never tested me, freaked me out because I said I made this promise to my grandma. I don't want to break my promise to my grandma. Why am I doing this to myself? Why do I keep eating all the sweets? Why do I keep eating all the junk and the fat foods and all of this bad food? Why can't I just stick to a vegan whole foods diet and juicing and smoothies and stuff like that? Why can't I do that? So it broke me. And that's part of the reason why I'm making this 1-year commitment and juicing and all of these things. I'm doing all of these things because I made this commitment to my grandma when she was passing that I will never be in that situation. And I want to know, I want to be able to think for the rest of my life, Nana, I've reached my goal. My goal weight, I've reached it. You're not here to see it, but in 1 year, I accomplished my goals and my dream weight, and I will never get the diseases that you had. I've made you happy. What would you say to me? I know she'll be very proud of me and encourage me to continue to live that way. And I know what she would say to me, but I want to be able to say for the rest of my life, look at what I done, Nana. Look at what I done for you that I promised you when you were passing. I'm keeping my commitment to you. I'm not getting what you had. And my daughters, I don't want them to have to struggle also, because my grandma carried it, and then which would be their great grandma, and then my father-in-law has it also, and he's been struggling with quite a few different things since we left Nigeria, me and my husband. And so our daughters are up against a lot of odds, and they need to start eating healthier too now, so that they're not addicted to all these things, and they don't have the health problems, and they don't have to suffer through life also. And I'm watching out for them. When I'm telling them no candy, it hurts me, but I know that I'm protecting my daughters for life. That reducing their sugar intake and letting them to try new foods or smoothies and stuff like that, that I'm only helping them, and they'll thank me and love me forever. So that's just a thought on what I'm doing, and this is my 1 year plan. It's how I feel. I miss my grandma a lot, and she's my main reason why I keep thinking about her all the time, and she's my main rock that is forcing me to go through this and pushing me all the way. I need to push myself harder is what I keep telling myself, so that I don't go through any of this. I need to push myself harder. And at the end of 1 year, I'll be able to ask myself for the rest of my life, what would Nana think of me now? The person I've become, the person I wanted to show her that I could have become when she was alive. But I couldn't do it then. I wasn't ready. I realized that I wasn't ready for that chapter of my life. Now that I'm almost 30, I don't want to carry this weight issue and complications from any weight issues into my 30s, my 40s, my 50s, anywhere in the future. I don't want to carry it with me. I want to stop it in my 20s, which is when my grandma had everything. And I want to stop it now before I turn 30 and leave it in my 20s in the past. So that is my goal. That is my 1 year plan for all of you that I've been telling you, everybody who keeps who is following me and subscribed to my YouTube channel. I've been telling you, if you're following me, that I will do my 1 year plan. I will do it. I got it done Saturday, but due to other things, I haven't got to put it on video. So that's why I was committed to coming uptown here where there's light and finishing my video tonight. I wasn't going to let the video camera turning off. I'm making sure that it's still on. So I wanted to stay committed and come up here and finish my video tonight. I was gonna push it to tomorrow, but my husband's like, why not go uptown and finish video? And I was very encouraged to come up here and finish the video and get it done so it can be up, and you guys can follow it and actually know my 1 year plan. And please do leave encouraging things and encourage me through this 1 year. I know I can do it, and I'm going to love myself even more as this weight starts falling off and I'm leaving it behind me in my past. So thank you for the encouragement in advance, and thank you for following me and joining me on my 1 year journey to weight loss success and a healthy lifestyle, vegan lifestyle for the rest of my life. I thank you guys all over the world, whoever's watching, and I am enjoying life. I am very happy. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys tomorrow for my normal update. Bye.